Greetings. Welcome to another episode of Untomato. I'd like to turn this down a little bit. How are you all doing? It is so good to see you. I'm so excited to be here today. I hope everyone is doing well. We have all kinds of crazy things going on in our world. But you know what? We're not going to succumb to it. It is what it is. Welcome. It is my pleasure to have you here today. And as you know, I'm your host, Dr. Wanyo Hosimmering, and I want to urge you to subscribe to this channel if you have not done so. Do so today. Your subscription will help to grow the channel, and so we can continue to bring you exciting episodes. Today, we are going to be diving into a topic that's very crucial to all of us, for all of us, how our actions and behaviors do impact not just ourselves, not just us individually, but the world around us. So if you're ready, grab your headphones and get ready for a fun ride as we explore why it's essential to be mindful of how we treat each other. Because sometimes we do things that we're not aware we're doing, but it is happening, and it does have repercussions for all of us. What you do to others is an African proverb I want to share. What you do to others, you do to yourself. Anything that you are doing to yourself, or rather you're doing to others, you're actually doing to yourself. It may not come to reality. It may not show up immediately, but ultimately down the line, what you do to others may come back to haunt you. So the purpose, the emphasis of this proverb is that there is some kind of a certain level of interconnectedness of our actions, and the idea that the kindness or cruelty returns to us. And I thought this was really very interesting when I see, and I'm sure you observe it as well, when you see what's going on in our world where there's so much cruelty. And it always seems like those individuals who are engaged in the cruelty think that it's not going to affect them. It's not going to impact them. It would. It always does. Not, like I said, not immediately, but at some point it does. I want to share a video with you that emphasizes karma. That's what it's called. When it comes back, it boomerangs back to you. When what you have done to others boomerangs back to you and becomes your reality, that's karma. So I'm going to share a video with you that illustrates the concept of karma in a straightforward way. Let me just reiterate that karma refers to the idea that the actions we take, whether good or bad, ultimately comes back to us in some form or another. So I just want to share this video. I thought that was very, very interesting illustration of karma.
I'm at work, please.
I don't care. I'm at work. I have 2 kids.
Let me start this from the beginning. Here we go.
So I'm doing Uber Eats, and Lastasia decided to say she didn't get her food. Lastasia? You told Uber you didn't get your food? Go get your drink right there.
I know.
You must want to be internet famous today, huh, baby?
I'm at work, please.
I don't care. I'm at work. I have 2 kids. I make $2 a trip. $2. Okay. And you gonna lie and say I didn't bring your food with your McDonald's cup right there?
That's fine.
That's fine. Well, guess what? You're going on social media. I'm gonna add all your job information and all that. And I'm calling back up. Matter of fact, where's your manager?
She's not here.
Yes, she is.
My manager is not here.
Well, I need to speak with somebody that's not you.
She's with a patient right now.
Okay, I'll wait. That's bold. And if you believe in God, I will repent. Lying and stealing is a sin. You taking food out my kid's mouth. And I'm so glad that I'm saved enough and comfortable enough with myself, because I'm a recovering alcoholic, and that could have set me back. You don't know what people going through. And it's not okay. It's not. You're not even trying to apologize or anything.
Because I'm at work.
So what? You already called out, and you're basically saying you did it. You're not saying it's false. So the right thing to do would be to apologize, right? Right, okay. You shouldn't try that again, especially when you don't know if you the first trip or not. Or just don't do it. You was right down the street. Went had McDonald's. Wasn't it 2 spicy McChickens and a big red large? Yeah. I remember the order. And can you make sure it's fresh, please? Got the audacity to ask for accommodations and then lie.
Well, as you can see, I thought that was a very interesting video. In this case, you see this woman, she claimed she didn't receive her food and she acted dishonestly. And I tell you, it's not just her. I mean, this happens so often. And so, what is she trying to do? Perhaps attempting to gain something, and maybe a refund or a free meal through this deception. So, when the delivery person showed up at her workplace to confirm the delivery, it not only revealed her lie, but also put her in an embarrassing situation. This moment, this is a moment that can be called a manifestation of karma. Her dishonesty led to a direct consequence that exposed her actions. And as a matter of fact, this lady had asked to see the supervisor. Now, what do you think will happen when the supervisor finds out that this woman, this employee of hers, had lied and tried to get away with something? That was just absolutely unbelievable. And if I was an employer, I'm sorry, that employee will be fired, because that tells me this is a very dishonest person. So in essence, the idea of karma suggests that our choices and behaviors have a way of returning to us, reinforcing the notion that honesty and integrity are important values to uphold, because they prevent negative repercussions of the future. This lady was not expecting this. She was not expecting this woman to come back and prove that she had delivered the food. So you can see, initially she was shocked. She was shocked into the. So she didn't even know how to act. She didn't know how to react. But it came back. Boomerang, karma came back to her. What happened to her eventually, I don't know, because the video doesn't show that. But what I know for a fact, if I was an employer and somebody comes to me and says that to me about my employee, I can tell you right off the bat, this employee is gone. Because if they can do something like that, you don't know what they could do on the job. You don't know what they could do to you. So you can't assume, oh, it's just a one-time thing. You may even assume, if I was an employer, I would assume that this person has been doing this kind of thing and getting away with it. And so it's very, very important. Some things that we think we can get away with easily. Now, let's be clear. Everybody gets tempted. Everybody gets tempted at one point or the other to do something they think that they can get away with. The important thing is not that any one of us is immune to it. No, all of us do have those temptations. But the important thing is that you don't fall prey to the temptation. You must know that integrity is very important, so that you don't have any negative repercussions for your actions. So there's that. That's another one. The one who throws a stone must be prepared to face the consequences. I like this particular one, and it has to do with a father and his advice to his son. I think it's a very kind of an emotional video, and I must admit I really got quite emotional when I saw this video. It was moving, very moving for me, and I think you'll find it very moving. But it also relates to what happens, the importance of karma, or at least being aware of karma. Here's the video.
I don't want to compare it to no gym.
Let me start from the beginning.
This dad gives his college son some heartfelt advice, and it's just beautiful.
I don't want to compare it to no gym. I done all I can do. Think about what you're doing before you do it, please. Be safe. Respect everybody. Treat everybody with love. Okay? Please do that for me, man. I can't protect you for life. I wish I could, man. I can't protect you from everything. You gotta make good decisions. Respect all females. Be courteous. Be honorable. Have morals. Stand on something. Whatever that is you believe in, stand on it. Respect your mama, man. Can you hear me? Respect your mama. We gonna be okay, but respect your mama. I love you, man.
I don't know about you. That was very, very emotional for me. But at the same time, it talks about karma. It's, karma is often understood as the principle of cause and effect, where the actions one takes often has consequences that can impact one's life positively or negatively. In this context, in this video, this father's advice to his son emphasizes that, personal responsibility in conscious decision making. You know how young people, when they get to college and all that, they kind of, you have peer pressure. Peer pressure does get young people to do what they are not supposed to do, with very, very adverse consequences. But by this father equipping his son with guidance on what to do and what to avoid, he is essentially teaching him that his choices will shape his future. If the son makes wise decisions, he is more likely to experience positive outcomes. And that reflects good karma. Conversely, if he chooses to make poor choices, it's going to lead to negative consequences for him, not just for him, but for his family. His precious dad, who loves him so much, to spend that kind of time trying to avoid karma, negative karma, from coming to him based on the decisions he may make in the future. What he was showing, talking to his son, is aligning with the idea that one reaps what they sow. So the emotional weight of this father's farewell also highlights the interconnectedness of actions that we take. Their actions, how the father's love for her and guidance can influence the son's journey, even when he isn't physically there. And that's what the dad is trying to say. I may not be there, but what you do is going to impact you. So you have to be very careful. Respect people, respect your mother, it was curious that she kept saying, respect your mother. Because when you respect your mother, you're respecting women. When you respect your mother, ultimately what happens is you respect women. You respect others. So this can be seen, the father's influence on the son, or the positive messaging that he's giving his son, will lead to positive karma for him. The intentions and care that he has for his son will contribute to his ability to navigate the world safely. That's why, parents are so important. Good parents are important. Good fathers and mothers, certainly, but good fathers definitely are needed when in a child's life. And if there's no father figure, then there has to be a mentor, a family member that picks up that position, particularly boys, to let the boys know what they need to do and to avoid bad karma. So anyway, when we look at that video, the father's messaging reinforces the idea that while he cannot protect his son, and no father, no mother can always be there to protect the child from all the dangers, you know, the child has the power. His son in this video has the power to create his own destiny, and through whatever actions he takes. And that is why that made me quite emotional, you know, because his messaging embodies the essence of karma. Do the right thing, and that's what's going to come to you. One of the things that I really, not just me, certainly many of you observe that's going on in our world today, is this proverb by the African elders. They say, a child who is not embraced by the village will burn it down to feel its warmth. Think about that. A child who is not embraced by the village will burn it down to feel its worth. Every life is precious. Every life is precious. No life is less than. Sometimes what happens, we have leaders who have a tendency to think that certain life is not important. What this proverb is saying, neglecting or harming others can lead to destructive consequences for the community, reflecting the idea that negative actions affect everyone. Anybody who is mistreated, when you're back to a corner, when you back people to a corner, don't be surprised when they want to come out of that corner. And when they want to come out of that corner, it is not going to be pretty. This quote that I just mentioned highlights that profound effect of neglect and alienation within a community. You force people, and then what happens when people react based on what you've done or with what you're doing, then you say they're wild. You say that they're committing crimes, and yet you're not thinking about karma. Their action is an element of karma, because it's coming back to you. What you've done to them, they're bringing back to your doorstep. So if you're a leader, you've got to be very careful. Never underestimate the extent anger can go. So you have to be kind to people who are under your charge. You have to provide a supportive environment that can implement by implementing strategies that ensures that you don't bring harm to others. You look at our world today. There are all individuals want to be certain kind of leaders, to be feared. I don't want to mention names. You draw your conclusions. We want to make this clear that a leader must engage in active listening. You want to make sure that the people you're leading, that you're listening to their needs. If you feel as a leader that it's your world and nobody else matters, you're going to have a problem ultimately. You must listen, open communication, listen to your people, allow them to express their concerns and feelings. And when they express it, take the time to understand their needs so that you can prevent the feelings of neglect. As I stated earlier, the child who is not embraced by the village, pardon me, will burn it down to feel its warmth. When people feel that they're not heard, they feel neglected. When you're not listening to the concerns of people, karma will bring them their concerns to your door, but not in the way that it should be, but it will be based on anger. And any leader who doesn't want karma to be brought to their door should express empathy and have compassion for the well-being of people. You must practice it. See, people don't love you because they're afraid of you. They may do what you want them to do, but they may loathe you. And if given the opportunity, karma will be brought to your door. So it's very important to have empathy, have compassion, practice it. as a leader. It's important. If your world is so good, so perfect, that you're not experiencing the challenges of the common man, then maybe you should just take the time and appreciate the challenges that they're telling you that they're facing, instead of trying to tell them what you want them to know. You don't want karma to be brought to your door. That's what happens. And I repeat the African proverb, and that is that a child, pardon me, a child who does not feel embraced by the village will burn it down to feel its warmth. I'll keep repeating that, because many of us who are leaders, we're not paying attention. We think because we're leaders, then we're God. We think because we're leaders or paying somebody's salary, then ultimately, we can act the way we want to act. Those bring bad karma. When you back people to the wall, they want to come out by any means necessary. And you must, as a leader, if you want good karma to come to you, you must be willing to involve diverse voices, diverse perspectives. Because when you do that, you reduce the risk of alienating, and you ensure that the actions that you're taking benefit the whole entire community, not just for some, not just for you, the leader. And this goes for all leaders all over the world. Leaders in schools, leaders in hospitals, leaders in corporations, leaders in politics, all leaders. You must understand that karma will be brought to your door if you're not being compassionate, if you're not being inclusive, if you're not allowing people to know, if you're not showing people that you hear them, that you have empathy and compassion for them. People, there are different kinds of people. They're rich, they're poor, they're in-betweens. But the rich cannot always assume that the world is okay if they undermine those who don't. I mean, hey, how wonderful it is to be wealthy. How wonderful. Who wouldn't want to be wealthy? Most people want to be wealthy. But the thing about it is, good karma follows you. I was watching Beyonce and her children, and the love that has surrounded her during her tour. When her daughter, Blue Ivy, was starting touring with her mother, people were teasing her. They said, oh, she didn't know how to dance. I mean, there was so much cruelty. People forgot that was an 11-year-old child working with her mom. She was learning. But the wagging tongues were all saying all kinds of negative things about this poor child. But karma is something, isn't it? This child is now 13. And oh my God, has she learned? And she shut up all that, she brought it to their door. Her performance was impeccable. You couldn't believe that's a 13-year-old child. You think you're looking at an 18-year-old girl. Disciplined. She heard the noise, but she turned it around and built something and did something that was just absolutely extraordinary. That's positive karma. So for those who had all those negative things, made them feel good at the moment, say all those things about this child, she turned it around and brought karma to their door. And now everybody's singing her praise and praising Beyonce for being the exceptional mother that she is. Okay, so when you're a leader, we'll go back to the leadership skills necessary to keep karma from coming to your door. I would like to encourage you, if you're a leader, listen to diverse. Diversity is a great thing. It's positive, because it allows you to get different perspectives. When you want to block out different people, and just so it's one perspective that's heard, that the world doesn't work that way. As a matter of fact, you endanger the society, whatever that society is. I'll let you draw your conclusions. But whatever that society is, it will never prosper when not everybody is engaged, when all you do is say bad things about certain people, ultimately karma comes to your door. So it's really very much to reduce the risk of alienating people and ensuring that actions that you take benefit the entire community. You must be inclusive. Fear does not make you a good leader. It doesn't. I can be afraid of somebody, but it doesn't mean I love and respect them. If you want people to love and respect you, you've got to go beyond fear. Putting fear in people's lives, it's a temporary thing. Human nature takes over eventually. So anybody can be a good leader if you can just take into consideration the people you're leading, their needs, and do whatever. They will love you. They will love you if you take the time to learn how to respect and honor them and do what it is you're supposed to do to help build up, not just the few, but the whole. And another thing that a leader can do to ensure that they get good karma is to promote awareness of consequences of neglect and the importance of community support. You let the people you're leading know that you need them as much as they need you. You need their community support. If you keep making it seem, because you're a leader, you keep making it seem like, oh, only my way, you're the one that's needed. You don't need the community. It doesn't work that way. Ultimately, you start to sour. Ultimately, they stop respecting you and needing you, and they don't want to have anything to do with you. Ultimately, that's what happens, whether you like it or not. Being a good leader doesn't mean that, being kind and considerate doesn't make you weak. As a matter of fact, the weak person is one that just boasts and just thinks that they are all that and then some. A good leader, a powerful leader, is one that can walk. I think it's the president of Brazil that can walk in community, and the people don't even know who he is. He'll go to the market. He'll walk around people. I was watching a video where one woman said, "Who are you? Why do you have all these security around you? Who are you? Are you somebody important?" He said, "Oh no, I'm just a guy." She said, "Nah, I don't believe you. You must be somebody important, because why are all these people following you?" And that's when she told him, or rather he told her, "I'm the president of Brazil." And she was like, "What?" But he was in the marketplace. He was moving around the people. There's nobody who's going to, the community will love you and be excited to be around you when they find out you don't think you're so much better than they are. Karma has a way of finding its way to the doors of those people who do things that don't positively impact not just them, but the community. Leaders must be aware of what the community needs. And as a matter of fact, it's important for the leader to say, okay, I need to have a system to know what the people think, what the people need. Remember, as I said earlier, karma is either positive or negative. Whatever positive you do, that's what's going to come back. If you want to know how well you're doing, set up some kind of mechanism, feedback, so people can talk to you. So you have a way or channels, you set up channels that allows people, to assess the importance of your actions. How do people feel about what you're doing, what you've done, or what you could be doing? But never, ever think that you don't owe people anything. You don't want to hear from them. Karma will come back and tell you different. So relating to the concept of karma, the idea is that every action has consequences. Every action. And you know it. I'm not telling you anything new. But every action has consequences. So think before you do it. It could be positive or it could be negative. So when our leaders act thoughtfully towards their people, compassionately towards the people, so they create this positive ripple, that enhance community cohesion, well-being. I was watching a video that just blew my mind. For many years, Burkina Faso of Africa has been you people throw dirt and all that crap everywhere, right? But one day, Ibrahim Traore said to them that this country belongs to you. It doesn't belong to me. We are responsible for making sure that this country is what we want it to be. It is your responsibility to clean it up. If it's dirty, it's not my responsibility. If it's dirty, it's your responsibility. Inclusiveness. He wasn't talking about how many trucks do we need, how many people do we have to hire to clean the streets and all that stuff. He said to the people, this is your world. This is your country. You clean it up. I'll do whatever I can to support, but don't look to other people to clean up. So for 31 days, everyone in Burkina Faso, doctors, lawyers, engineers, teachers, street children, everybody came together, and for 31 days, they cleaned up Burkina Faso. Now they're talking about that Burkina Faso is so clean, you can eat off the streets. At least that's the process. That's where they're going. So a leader, that's positive karma. If you include people in what you're doing or tell them how important they are in the whole scheme of things, you'll be amazed at what will happen. The result will be amazing. And that's what's happening in Burkina Faso. When you look around the world and see where leaders don't include the people, where leaders undermine the well-being of the people, where leaders just don't, excuse the expression, give a damn. I don't usually curse, but hey, I felt like doing it right now. Do forgive me. But when you have such leaders, those are such countries don't prosper temporarily. When all you're doing is to undermine others, karma will come home to the door. If you do positive things, if you're not awful, what you seek, so shall you find. If you want positivity, that's what's going to follow you to the door. If you don't, that's not that, you just catch whatever comes to you because of your negative actions. So I just wanted us to talk about this, and I do believe that when we do the right things, and I'm certainly not saying I'm perfect. I have moments that I know I have moments that I say, oops, this is going to come back to bite, and I try to clean it up. All right. And then we all need to do that. It's okay when you make a mistake. The important thing is not you just don't discount it as irrelevant. If you believe in karma, you must think about, how do I clean this up? How do I make amends for whatever it is you've done and it's not right? There's nobody who doesn't know that what they've done is not right. You know it. Nobody has to tell you. If you've done something and it's not right, you know it. Then it becomes your responsibility to push karma, negative karma, from coming your way by making amends. A positive ripple effect can enhance the community, yourself, your friends, whomsoever that your actions impact, if you are willing to make amends. But conversely, when you're neglectful and your actions are harmful and you don't want to do anything, it will have destructive outcomes, not just for you, but for your community. Unresolved issues, ladies and gentlemen, can manifest in larger problems, either societal or individual or whatever. So it's important that if you're a leader, now I wanted to focus a little bit on this for leaders, if you're a leader, and I'm not talking about a political leader necessarily. I mean, those are important too. They are part of the conversation. But if you're a leader, even in your own home, you're a leader. You need to think about the consequences of your actions. Recognize that your choices not only affect individuals, but it shapes the collective. It affects everyone. It affects everybody's experience in the community. When you see the people these days, everybody's just holding their heads, and I'm trying to find some happy people, But right now, a lot of people are sad. A lot of sadness going around, and it's important that the leadership of this country, the United States, leadership of Israel, leadership of any country in the world should all think about the people that they're leading and be concerned about their welfare. That's what's going to make people, that's how you're going to have positive karma. You know, you're not going to have positive karma, you know, if you don't engage in responsible activities and understand the interconnectedness between your actions and the people that you are you know, leading. So at this time, I'm going to read some of the comments that I have, and we'll talk about some of them. I'm going to start with Sovereign. Somebody talks about, I think Sovereign is talking about the young lady who claimed that she did not receive her food when she actually did. Yeah, she doesn't care. She's just so wrong. I mean, that is just horrific. I mean, I was like, oh my goodness. But then, you know, the sad part of it is that there are many people like that. There are many people like her. You know, there are many people like her who think it's okay to lie and steal like that, you know. She comfortably did it. Yes, she said the comfortability of theft. She has done this before. That's right. That's right, Sovereign. She has done this before. Otherwise, she wouldn't do it. She wouldn't do it with such ease. You see how she was at her desk and she's drinking the thing that she said she didn't receive. Can you imagine that? You know, so obviously she's done it before. And Sovereign also said, it is clear she does this often, or she gets away with it often and never has had any repercussions until now. That's right. I bet you she's never going to do it again. If she still has that job, I doubt that she still has that job, but if she does, wow. Now, Sovereign says, I love that the father is not afraid to show his emotions. Doing so doesn't make you less of a man. That's right. Oh my goodness. I tell you, when I watched that video, I had to watch it several times, and I had my tissue next to me because I could just feel this dad. I could just feel his fear. You know, when you send your child off, you want the best for them. You know, they're going off. They all have plans for the future, and then you don't know if they're going to come home. And it's not always based on the actions of others. It could well be tragedy may follow them because of their own actions. You see what I'm saying? So it's really, really, yeah, very emotional. It was good that he showed his son. The emotional component of this was so powerful because it shows the son, hey man, you mean so much to me. I can't bear anything happening to you based on your actions. Now, if an accident should happen, it's one thing, you know. I can deal more with an accident than I can deal with conscientious ignorance. You know, my child doing something that purposely, you know, ended their lives or got them in trouble. He said to his son, I don't want to come and bail you out from jail. I don't want to visit you in jail, you know. So this father was really, I think when you see the hug, I think that the son felt it. He felt it. He got his father's message. You know, and I hope that, you know, he'll listen to his dad. Okay, let's see. And okay, then I agree with you, Dr. O. Thank you, Charles. Yeah. Sovereign again, the lack of empathy by human beings is horrific. This is needed the most. That's right. And you know, my thing is in life, if you're going to be a leader, if you want to be a leader, please, by all means, pause and think, do I have the emotional, do I have empathy? You know, if you don't have empathy and you don't understand what that word means, please don't try to be a leader, because you're going to fail. A leader who has no empathy is not going to be a good leader, because the people love you because of your empathy. They love you because of what you do, how you make them feel. You know, there are many, many rich people all over the world who have died and nobody even knows their name. But that one poor woman, that one poor man who made people feel good, that's who people remember. So people don't always remember you because of your money or how rich you were and or how powerful you were. They may remember you in a negative sense. But the more humble and kind you are towards your fellow man, the more likely that they are going to remember you or honor you and make sure that the karma that you get is positive. Okay, and then Sovereign says, unfortunately, leadership does not care. Communities are being ignored. They are being killed. Leadership does not care. That's the word there. Do they care? Empathy. Do they have empathy? Leaders without empathy leave people feeling bad, leave people feeling sad. There's so much sadness, uncertainty. That must not be what a leader wants to do. That's not what a leader wants to do. A leader wants to make you feel good. You know, come along with me. We're going to do this. We're going to make exciting things happen. That's what leaders do. Leaders don't go all out to make sure that you're miserable. This is for all leaders all over the world. All leaders, no matter what level of leadership you have. Think about that. You know, think about that. You know, it says, look at what's happening in Sudan and Palestine. The world needs to act. Then you have to ask yourself, who in the world really cares? So many people see things happening and are not willing to say anything, not willing to do anything. Then you see the suffering all over the world. You see suffering. My thing is, anywhere in this world that you put your finger on the globe, on the map, there's hurt, there's man's inhumanity to his fellow man happening there. And who's doing it? Leaders. Leaders who feel that they can, you know, they're immune. Leaders who don't really care about other people's well-being. So I think everybody who wants to be a leader, think about karma. It follows you. If you're not choke off for what you seek, if you want something good to happen to you and for you, you must do good so that that's what you get. Otherwise, karma will come to your door. It may be positive or it may be negative, but it depends on what you've done, on your activities, on your actions. That determines what kind of karma will come your way. I want to share something. I'm so excited. We're going to do a little shift in Ntomodo show coming up very soon. From this Saturday, we are going to for the next few weeks. We are going to be focusing on Obi Onyoha. Starting next Saturday, we're going to be presenting an Ntomodo exclusive, which features the Nigerian musical superstar Dr. Obi Onyoha, who's preparing to go on tour for the release of her new album. She's traveling all over the world. I'm so excited for her, and she's. I'm going to share next Saturday. I'm going to share with you all the places she's going to be going, and I just want to play a little video that she sent to me. To just let you know a little bit what to expect as we move along with her.
Hi there, Obi here. I got great news. Listen, my new track, All Day Cool, with Psy Galaxy, is out now. So be sure to check it out. And we're touring Europe through August. So make sure you check our socials for the dates. We can't wait to have you there. So until then, see you later. Bye.
I am so excited. For those of you who know Obi, Obi is one of Nigeria's most known musicians. So for the next week, we're going to be interviewing, while she's on her tour, I'm going to be interviewing people who know her, play some of her music, as well as the one that just dropped. I'll play that one. I'm not going to play it. I'll play it on Saturday. I'm not going to play it today. I will also show you where you can buy her music. which is now her music is Afro-cultural framework now. Oh, it's so beautiful. And it's on all streaming services, including Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, etc. She's going to be in all different cities all over the world. And if you are a Dr. Obi Onyoha's fan, you will want to follow this show until she appears. And that was going to happen after her tour. She will appear in person on this show, and so she can share her wonderful travels and her new music, and it should be very, very exciting for the next few weeks on Dendumojo show. So I'm going to ask each one of you to join me. I mean, I'm so happy for her. She's and the thing about Obi, when you talk about karma, Obi has been one of those. She's my sister. She has been one of those women that she used whatever she has to help others, and that's why good things are happening to her. Obi will never know somebody's hurting, somebody needs money. It's always, people are always calling her, give me, give me, give me, and she's always very helpful. And so it's exciting that this is happening again for her. For those of you who know her, when she was in Nigeria many years ago, before she traveled abroad, she was well known for her music, Enjoy Your Life and all of that. I'm going to play it. But, one time when I was in Lagos with her, I was still quite young then. And she was very, very young then, still is. And we were in the cab together. And oh my God, we were mobbed. I was shocked. This is my sister. Her music was just awesome, and they're still playing it. One particular, and I'll play it next week. But one particular individual that's using her music, in 4 months, the music had gone. Enjoy Your Life had gone viral, and it generated over 574,000 views or something like that. So that her music is generating that. So she is really climbing. She was up there before, but she's really climbing up there right now. So I'm just excited. And hello, Mokedi. Yes, happy for her. Yes, indeed, we are happy for her. She's making some great music, and the thing about it now, she's making it Afro-cultural, beautiful, beautiful. She's trying to uplift African music, cultural music, and she's taking it to the next level. And we are here for it. We are so here for it. And so you guys are going to enjoy next week. I have 2 guests who knew her when she was in Nigeria, when she started, and they have followed her, and they're so excited to know that she's on this tour. I'm kind of disappointed she's not coming to the US. Well, you all know why. But hopefully someday she'll be able to come and perform in the United States. But I think she'll be in Paris, Copenhagen, rather. She'll be in England. She's going to be in Fiji, etc. I mean, she's going to be all over the world. It's going to be really good. She's going to do very, very well. As you can see, she still looks very, very beautiful and full of energy. She's just my shiro, truly my shiro. I can't wait. I can't wait to interview her when she comes back. And I'm hoping that you all and to make sure to get you all pumped up until she hasn't done any interview recently for a while. So this is going to be one of her main interviews, other than the one I think she did some in England, that and some in Nigeria, if I'm not mistaken. But she's going to be doing one with on the Indomado show. So we're excited to be hosting her, and I'm going to pump you guys all up. Looking forward to bringing you more and more of her information. Hey, listen, we have to support our own, particularly where you can buy her music. That's going to be awesome. Now, I'm going to take a few minutes to answer any questions you may have about anything we talked about today. Please feel free. First of all, let me thank DOCC and Ukuna, Ugochukwu, Sovereign. Please feel free to ask any questions that you want to ask, and I'll be more than happy to answer it. But in the meantime, it is really important that we I know that many of you have other examples of karma. I don't doubt it, but as far as I'm concerned, every one of us have the capacity to build positive karma around us. It's up to us. What we do attracts karma. And karma could be positive, it could be negative. So you have to ask yourself, was it going to be for me? What do I have to do so I don't attract negative karma? There's just some people that, all kinds of things. Oh, I saw this. This one was really very interesting. I saw you talk about karma. This gentleman was coming out of a store. Maybe some of you have seen it. They do have some interesting things. Occasionally, I'll check into some things and I find them, some videos, and I found this gentleman who had a mentally challenged gentleman was coming out of a store, and he saw him and he started mocking him because he was developmentally challenged. He just was mocking him. And after mocking him, I thought that was going to be the end of it. He turned around as the young man was getting ready to get into his car, and he just whacked him in the face, just slapped him for nothing at all. And so the poor young man just stood there and stared at him. And of course, he was arrested. Somebody called the police and they arrested him. And after I arrested him, eventually he was released. And I was just reading and find out that 6 months ago, this particular guy who who slapped this young man, was involved in a head-on collision and died. Okay. Look, listen, you may say it has nothing to do with that. But like I said earlier, you don't know when it will happen. So you always have to make amends. If you've done something wrong and it's wrong, nobody has to tell you it's wrong. Try and have it corrected. Try and have it corrected so that the right karma follows you, because this man, who knows, why this happened to him. But certainly he had done something really, really wrong in the past. And well, that was the outcome of his life, unfortunately. And you find a lot of such things happening, people doing crazy stuff like that. This man steps out of his car. He steps out of his car because he's angry that somebody cut in front of him. So instead of him just letting it go, he just came out of his car, started trying to smash the person whose car had cut him off. He tried to smash the car, and he wasn't successful smashing the car. So they approached the light again. The guy tried to escape. He wouldn't, when they came to the light, he left his car and went after this man again. So this time the man tried to get away and just went and hit his car, took out his door, this man's door. So just that's real serious karma, because he didn't have to do that. He didn't have to come out of his car just to go, somebody cut in front of you. So what? Get over yourself, move on. But now he lost his car door and he got his car smashed up over what? Somebody cut in front of you. So we always tend to do some crazy things, So, well, pardon me, please. If you don't have any questions, I hope that what we talked about today, that you all enjoyed the content of the presentation today, and I am looking forward to seeing you next Saturday as we start presenting Ubi. So join me again, and I thank you. Let me just take the time to thank all of you who were here today. Again, Sovereign, DOCC, Ukuna Charles. There are several other people that I don't know. I don't see. I see numbers, but I don't see the names. For joining us today. This has been a wonderful show as far as I'm concerned. I hope you learned something from it. Again, I look forward to seeing you next year. Take care of yourselves wherever you are. Do the right things so that you can attract the right karma. Until we meet again on next Saturday, you take care of yourselves. And so it is. Take care. Bye-bye now.